Hey everyone, Bryan here once again with Anita's Tips and Tricks, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the most important things when it comes to doing anything with your machine, and that is hooping your stabilizer. I've taught hundreds of classes all over the US, and one of the #1 mistakes I see in those classes is when someone goes and hoops their stabilizer, it's floppy. It's not the way you want it, because what that does is it allows room for the actual stabilizer and whatever material you have on top of it to pull in, draw. It's going to pucker. It could actually pop out of the hoop because it might not be hooped tight enough. So how do we do it at Anita Goodesign? Well, first and foremost, whenever we hoop something, what you want to do is, we call it the drum test. You want it to be nice and taut like the head of a drum. It doesn't matter if you're hooping tearaway, cutaway, or water soluble. Whatever type of stabilizer you're hooping needs to be taut. Whenever I pop my stabilizer into the hoop, and of course this is going to vary depending on the type of machine and hoop you have, but if yours clicks in like ours does here, then what I do is, I'll go ahead and loosen it up. I'll put my stabilizer down, pop the top in, tighten it, and then I'll go around and start working the stabilizer around each side to make sure I pull out any wrinkles or any sags that's in there. So once it's done, you can see that it's nice and taut like the head of a drum. That's how to properly hoop it. Now, sometimes you'll be stitching something that is so stitch intensive that it can actually start pulling and the stabilizer may slide through the actual hoop itself, which does happen on really stitch intensive designs. Another trick we like to use is we'll take drawer liner that you can get basically anywhere. It's just a standard mesh drawer liner, and we will actually hoop it inside the hoop with the stabilizer itself. And what that's going to do, and we'll do it on each side on the long ends. If you have a square hoop, then just choose 2 sides. It doesn't have to be on all 4, but we'll just hoop it with, again, the stabilizer into the hoop. So you'll want it loose at first, get it all in there. And once that's done, this drawer liner is going to prevent any slippage from the stabilizer actually pulling in to the design itself. So if you're having to use 2 layers of stabilizer depending on the stitch density, this is actually a great addition. It's going to really keep all of that puckering and drawing in to a bare minimum, even on the most stitch intensive designs. So let us know in the comments below your tips and tricks to share with the others on how you properly hoop your stabilizer. And thanks for tuning in to Anita's Tips and Tricks.